to my live video. I'm just waiting. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna put my phone. I should have actually thought about this previously. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. Just gonna. Does that work? I feel like that's nearly there. There you go. Look at that. Some genius technology, if you ask me. How is everybody doing? I'm actually so thirsty. It's so much warmer than it's usually been. So for the past like 3 months or whatever, it's been like minus degrees basically, or felt like minus degrees, and then all of a sudden today it's like 12 degrees, and like 12 degrees is not a lot, but I am absolutely profusely sweating. I know that's a bit TMI, but it's just so hot. Like, I'm just not used to 12 degree weather or whatever. I think it was actually 13 when I was driving here. But yeah, I'm waiting for Ben to finish work. I'm actually picking him up to take him to football. And I'm here early. Well, I'm not here early. Basically, you can finish any time between 12 to 12:30, I think. So I'm here early just in case, because we basically need to get like moving quite quickly. I can't believe it's Saturday. I feel like this week's gone really quickly. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but I feel like this week, like this time of year, I feel like flies. But I feel like January always drags and like it feels like forever, and then like it gets to February, like the middle of February, and I feel like the weeks just start flying, which is crazy. I'm also quite hungry. I've brought my lunch with me. I always bring my lunch when Ben plays football, because it's lunchtime, you know. We're actually going to the cinema tonight to watch Captain America. We went to see it last week, I think, and we're seeing it again today because we really enjoyed it. And I feel like with Marvel films, you can always like go back and watch them again, because like they're so good and you'll like pick up information that you haven't like seen before. Like, we'll watch like some of the Marvel films from like really early on, and we'll be like, oh my gosh, like I didn't piece that together, you know. So yeah, we're going there this evening, and then we don't really have any plans for tomorrow. We might do some Lego tomorrow. I feel like Lego is the vibe at the moment. I'm gonna try, whilst Ben's playing football, like I sit in the car and read, and I'm nearly finished with Iron Flame, the book, the Fourth Wing book, and I am obsessed. Like, I've seen so many TikToks being like ACOTAR or Fourth Wing, whichever one you read first is the one like you're gonna prefer. And you know, like, I've read Fourth Wing. This is only the second book. Like, it's not like, I know ACOTAR's not finished either, but I feel like I'm obsessed with Fourth Wing. I feel like it's more like me. Like, I don't really know how to describe it, but I feel like Fourth Wing has been more of like a me book. Like, I do like the whole fairy thing in ACOTAR, you know, the whole like night court thing, like that's an obsession. But I don't know, like people were like, from like all the TikToks I've seen and stuff, they were like, if you've read ACOTAR first, that's, you're gonna prefer that, and nothing's gonna compare to it. But I think Fourth Wing so far, like, I'm definitely jumping 2 feet in. So I'm hoping to finish that book today. And I hate it, you know, when you get to like the last 100 pages of a book or whatever, and like nothing's really started to happen, and you just know like in the last 100 pages that it is going to go down and it is going to be like traumatic. A last 100 pages of trauma. Like, I don't know if it's good or not, but it does make me a bit apprehensive. What books was it? I think it was the ACOTAR book, the first ACOTAR book. A Court of Thorns and Roses, that one was, that all went down in the last 100 pages, and that made me sweat. I was so, like, like, on edge. And then, which other books has been like that? I think Haunting Adeline was like that too. Hunting Adeline were like the same, like, last 100 pages shenanigans, and it's like, oh my goodness. I feel like the Ritual series was also like that, the Lord series. I hate books that drag on a little bit. Like, that's one of my biggest, like I do love ACOTAR, but I do feel like the second book, even the second and third book, and even the last book, all kind of had droney bits in, and I just have to skip. I don't skip those bits, but like I'm just like, oh, I'll just skim read as opposed to like actually read. Don't know if you're meant to do that, but I've probably missed out key information from doing that. But I just get so bored so easily, so you just have to like push through it, I think. But I've not had that in Fourth Wing. Like, that's the one thing I'd say. Like, this book is bigger than the ACOTAR books. I think it's 800 pages, and like the book is, I've not had, like, there has been a couple of chapters where I've kind of just been like, ugh, but in total, like, I've not really had that. Like, I've been able to pick it up and like start it again and get back into the mojo, which is really good. And I think that's a sign of a good book, because like sometimes, like, a book that you can't put down is the best kind of book. Like Credence and what's the other one? Can't remember the name, but I didn't put them down. They just kept like, I couldn't put them down. Which other books would I recommend? Oh, the Twisted series by Anna Huang. That's an incredible series. Like, that was the first series that I read that got me hooked into reading. Like, I was obsessed with that. Like, yeah. And then from that, the Chestnut Spring series, that is like my holy grail. Like, I can reread Chestnut Springs like every week, it's like that much of an obsession. What else have I read? Obviously ACOTAR, the Haunting Adeline. Oh, I'm currently on the Devil's Night series, and I've kind of paused that for Fourth Wing, so I'm kind of in the middle of that, and that's been a really good series. I've got to the point though where I'm like in the, like, what are they called, like the mini books, like the novellas, and I hate novellas. Like, I've never had a good experience like reading a novella. Like, I just get really like bored, and like I just find it's like really drony. And like, it's not the story, there's no story to it, and it's just like a mini chapter to set you up for the next one. And like, sometimes, like, I just can't do it. Like, it could be like 15 pages or 20 pages, and like, it just, like, I just can't read it. Like, it just, like, I just can't do it. I need a good book, and I need to be in the mindset of going, right, I'm gonna read this book, as opposed to like, I can't just like quick read things, I've not heard any news of where Ben is. He can't be much further. Or much longer. I mean, it's 2 minutes past now. It's so hot in this car. I'm gonna actually die. Like, it's so hot. The sun is blaring through. Like, I don't understand. I can't like describe. Like, it's not actually that hot. Like, it is 12 degrees, but I'm literally sweltering in this car. I'm gonna have to like open a door or something when I get there, or like find some shade. My mum said to me on the way out, she was like, you need to you need to wrap up warm because it's going to be cold. I was like, I don't think so, and I'm absolutely baking. No, he's not here yet. I reckon maybe 10 past, quarter past. Maybe he'll be here at like 40 past, and I'll just be sat here for 40 minutes. I can hear like loads of like ambulances or police cars or fire brigade trucks. Oh, it's police cars. It's okay. I do need a new book series though. I hate like the fact that like with Fourth Wing, like it's great, but the series isn't complete, so I'm kind of like, I don't really want to read the next book and then have to wait like a year for the next. But do you know what I mean? Like, it's like going to the cinema, like when you watch like a film and it's like, oh my goodness, and you get a really great story and it's like the next chapter, and then you gotta wait like 2 years for the next film to be released. Like Avatar is literally gonna like end me. Like, it's like, it was like a 10-year gap between the first one and the second one, and then it's like that was out in 2024, and I don't think the next one's out till 2026 or something. That's like a whole other year. And I know like obviously it takes time for the film to be made and stuff, but like my patience level is just not there. Like, I do not have the patience for that kind of thing. Like, it is so not, like, patience is my weakness. Like, if there's one thing I wish I could learn, it's patience. I have no patience. I never have, and probably never will. Maybe it's something you learn as you get older. Like, my dad always says to me, he's always like, you need to be patient, be patient. Oh. I don't have patience. I don't like being patient. It's my weakness as a human. So, yeah, that's why I get annoyed at films. It's like Marvel films. Like, I love Marvel films, an absolute obsession, but you feel like you can't become like so obsessed because you know that there's going to be that much of a like wait between the films, you know? It's crazy. I feel like as well with films, like they all come out at the same time, and then like there's no films for like the rest of the year. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like every year, like there's like a film month that like all the good films are released, and then the rest of the year is just, there's kind of nothing. I mean, maybe that's because like, I don't know, a film reason, like with films. And yeah, because saying that, Lion King and Moana came out at the same time, and they were both great. And then like Captain America and Bridget Jones has just come out, so you know, maybe, I don't know what else is coming out in the cinema over the next year. I know Avatar's out in 2026. I think the Spider-Man film's coming out later this year. So, maybe. I don't know. Still no sign of Ben. I know it does look really warm. It's actually baking. It's actually only 12 degrees, which is quite cold actually. It's not like warm. 12 degrees is not warm at all, but like it just feels really warm because it's been really cold. Like it's been like it's not been minus like 1, but it's been like, I don't know, like it's been like 6 degrees, and then but it's been feeling like 1. So that's my issue, I think. Do you know what I figured out yesterday? I actually don't drink anything other than water. I don't know if that's really weird. Like, I was thinking to myself, is that weird? Like, I feel like there's so many people out there who drink like coffee or tea. Like, my mum and dad drink tea all the time and coffee, and like I literally only drink water. Like I don't drink anything else. Like, maybe once in a while, like if we go to Pratt or like, I don't know, like somewhere for breakfast, I might have like an orange juice or something, but other than that, I literally only drink water because like, I don't know, I just like the taste of water. Like I just don't know, like I don't, oh well, saying that, sometimes I'll have like a hot chocolate, but not like unless we go somewhere to get a hot chocolate. Do you know what I mean? Like I only, like, is that strange? Like I don't know. Like my mum and dad drink tea like all day every day. Like they do not drink anything other than tea, and I think that's quite common. Like I think a lot of people like love to drink tea, but I just drink water. And like I just love it. Like there's nothing better for me than like water. Like when you're thirsty and you want to drink, like it just makes sense. Like I can't drink hot stuff like coffee, tea, even hot chocolate with, I struggle with. Like I need a cold drink, even better with water and ice. Like, you know, talk about dream come true. Water with like ice cubes in, absolute perfection. Like there's nothing better than water with ice cubes. Yeah, I can't drink hot drinks, can't drink tea. You know what though, I have tried fruit tea once. That was disgusting. That was no, like it was like a berry. It looks really good and it smells really good, but it just tastes like, but no, like it's like watered down fruit juice. I also have got this thing where like whenever I go on TikTok now, like I'll go on TikTok and I'll like scroll on TikTok for like half an hour or whatever, and then like for the rest of the day, like the whole rest of the day, all that will be in my head is TikTok songs, and they'll just be flowing through my head in and out the day, and I'll just start singing them randomly and not know where they're from as well. That's the other thing. Still no sign of Ben. I did a proper skincare routine this morning. I feel like that's changed my day a bit. I usually like day to day, I'll just do like toner and then like moisturizer. But today I did like a full makeup routine. Like I did a full skincare routine. I did toner, I did a face mask. I didn't actually put any serum on because I forgot. And then I even put my Charlotte Tilbury moisturiser on this morning, and I feel like it's made my face really shiny. And then like I think like that's what you want. Like you want a really shiny face, but then can you have too shiny of a face? Like does that make sense? Like is that even possible? Like who knows, you know? It is so warm. I might open my door. actually baking. That doesn't even help because it's like warm air. There's nothing worse than warm air. There's people out there in coats, like I'm just people watching, and like no joke, people have puffer coats on. Like maybe it's like an issue with me. Maybe I'm coming down with like a fever or something, and like I don't know, like my temperature's just way off. But like there's people walking around in like puffer coats. Like how are you doing that? Like I would not make it. Yeah, I have no patience and I'm so bored. I feel like boredom's one of my second weaknesses. I always feel like, you know, in oh my goodness, what's that film called? The one where they go into the jungle. Jumanji, that's what it's called. And like when they're in Jumanji and like they have the little like speech bubbles pop up above the head of like their strengths and weaknesses. Like I feel like my weaknesses is patience and boredom. Don't know what my strengths would be. I feel like strengths is like reading. I wouldn't even say that's really a strength, because I wouldn't really say I read anything knowledgeable. I feel like reading, people always link to like cleverness, but I wouldn't say that really applies to me, you know. I feel like my intellectual ability is not the greatest in terms of like school stuff. In school I was always really like I wasn't like bad at stuff, like I'd really try, but you know, it just wasn't there. Like my intelligence just wasn't there. Like I just used to be the solid middle of everything really, apart from Spanish. I did really well in Spanish actually. I think Spanish I did the best at out of all my subjects. Spanish and religious studies, they were my two best ones. The rest of them were all shocking. Maths, no. Science, no. English, no. What else was there? Art, no. I can draw, but I wasn't good at like art. History, no. No. History, no. Geography. I quite like geography. Like I enjoyed it, but I wasn't good at it. DT, no, that was a no. Food tech, again, I thought I was good at it at the time, but I was not good at it at all. Yeah, drama. I was actually quite good at drama. I did drama until I was 16. I quite enjoyed that. It was a bit more creative. I feel like that's where I shine, in creativity. I feel like that's my genre. I'm not like intellectual in terms of like writing things down on a paper, but that just means that you've got to shine elsewhere, and feel like creativity is probably a strength. Like I like to do creative stuff as opposed to like you know, writing stuff and knowledge and intellectual stuff. I feel like my mum and dad are quite intellectual. Like they do quite intellectual things, like my dad does. I don't know what my dad does. And my mum does like computery stuff. My dad does like measuring stuff, I think. Whereas I'm not. I'm a creative person, like with a creative mindset. And I think, you know what, I think Ben's quite creative as well. I think we share that in common. like we like to be up and about and doing stuff as opposed to like using your brain, you know. I was on TikTok the other day and there was this guy and he was going around Universal Studios in like Florida, and like if you don't know, that's like our favourite place. Like we absolutely love Disney, and like Universal Studios, that's like our dream place to go. And I seen he was like doing like a tour of the gift shop, and they have like, they've released these new Toad, you know, Toad from Mario, like Toad hats, and I think I want one. I don't know how I'm gonna get one, but that's what I want. I wonder how long it'll take me to get a Toad hat. It just looks really cool. Ben's literally taking forever. This is getting like more stuck and more stuck as the day goes on. I might have to put the air conditioning on, because it is so hot. I feel like I'm in an oven. Still no sign of Ben. I might actually end the live video so I can text him to see what on earth he's doing. But thank you so much for joining this live video. I know it was just a sporadic live video, so I apologise for just the randomness, but thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and turn the post notifications on so you can see when we just randomly go live, because we kind of just do that. We might do some Lego tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back really soon with another video.